Uganda National NGOFORUM, in partnership with West Nile Region Civil Society Network, a non-governmental organization, as one of the co-drivers of community empowerment in the region, have organized a local dialogue meeting in Nebbi municipality with different stakeholders such as local district leaders, private entities, representatives of WSSNet, among others, sensitizing them on the strategies to empower local economic development in relation to philanthropy for development in the district. Orange Moses, Program Manager West Nile Region Civil Society Network, highlights the general public about the whole transformation.
If you look at lead has been, the concept has been for long now. Lead was introduced around 2014, generally to boost local investors and local businesses, local investment. But over the years, many people seem not to understand what lead is, including some of the technical people that we thought could have know the concept very well. And so many people, if you ask locally what is lead, they cannot even tell you what lead is. So today's engagement was basically to popularize the lead concept or the lead policy, so that we get to know what is the lead that it came in existence some time back. What are the successes that lead has registered? Could there have been some challenges that lead has also faced, so that we reflect and we come up with the strategies to moving forward? How should have the policy look like? One of the strategies that can broaden lead concept or lead policy could be issues of philanthropy for development, where people can give in locally. It's also in a way promotes local ownership. The giving cannot only be giving cash, it can be giving your skill or giving your time. Whatever resource you give, that is already giving locally, which is a concept of P4D or philanthropy for development.
Muswa David Pjawok, District Commercial Officer for Nebbi District Local Government, says this kind of dialogue will open the eyes of the stakeholders to see what to do in order to make the initiative more effective.
This engagement, I think, as I've already mentioned, is going to, open up the minds and eyes of these key stakeholders to appreciate that some of the things that we have been doing are actually lead-oriented. They are investments, whether public or private, they are lead-oriented, because the focus of lead is actually economic empowerment, both at household level and also at the public stratas. The households, once empowered, are able to make a lot of contribution. The consumption power, purchasing power parity will increase, and once the business community are able to turn over their stock, their margin and surpluses will increase, and their capacity to contribute to the revenue baskets of the district. What we are trying to appreciate is all our planning should now address the question of what is the empowerment we are going to get out of this kind of intervention at district level, at sub-county level, even at a household level. So I think this is one area where we need to, this meeting, this kind of engagement is very, very important.
Meanwhile, Ningal Collins, General Manager Nebbi Workers Circle Group, says they will continue to empower the local community. More so highlights the public with the number of people who have benefited out of their initiative.
In terms of the local economic development, our contribution, we have empowered the community. We give loans to these workers in terms for them to make investments. We have really contributed so much to their part of to their investment, and to make sure that as they do investments in these areas, what is their priority? How do they manage these investments so that they are empowered economically? Right now we have so far funded, for the last 14 years, we have so far funded about 2,800 workers in terms of development and investments, and these people have really gotten a very good returns on these investments, and it has improved their livelihood.
Muluta Mugaga, Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Nebbi District, urges the stakeholders to continue with this kind of engagements in order to disseminate the information and attract partners.
Team has started, is on good track. We should continue. And it will help us to be able to attract people. When we tell our story, people will come to hear it. If you don't tell it, it will be buried and died, and that will be it. So that's one of the areas I found which we need to invest in more and to attract others to come and partner with us.
Local economic development was introduced as the sixth objective of decentralization to stimulate local economic development for increased business promotion and poverty eradication, since Uganda's vision aims at transforming the Ugandan society from a peasant to modern and prosperous society by 2040.